intellectual people can make you feel pretty stupid. You know, you watch some person talk about a subject that you also enjoy and think you know quite a bit about, and then you start watching them talking about it, and they seem to have so much more vocabulary, so much more eloquence, and also seem to say things that seem to make so much more sense as the way that you would formulate them. And then you feel you're not worthy to speak of those subjects, really. But you can feel deep down inside that you know what you mean. Just maybe missing the vocabulary, missing the words, the definitions, the terms to suit the subject. And intellectual people, they're usually just people who have had the ability to express, to communicate ideas, academic ideas, to take old formulations, old terminologies and reuse that, so that other philosophers and intelligent people know from these insider terms, really, what they're talking about. But intellectuality, it can also be a veil, it can also be a hiding place. You know, it's very easy to quote from books or take academic ideas from literature, take them as one's own, untested, unproved, but live seemingly by those kind of values, intellectual values. And I often feel that myself when I make these videos. I think, am I worthy of making videos? Am I worthy of speaking my voice? And I come to the conclusion that it's not that difficult to make a video, really. And I know people watch videos and take them for what they are, and take small pieces of information or inspiration from all kinds of different videos. So I don't think the quality or substance of a video is based on the intellectual aspect of the video. My liking for people in general is not based on their level of intellect. You know, some people who have less intellect, simple-minded people who work more with their hands are much easier to get along with in other situations. And often when people talk about intelligence and intellect, it's almost like a status symbol. It's just another step in the path of mindfulness, I guess. Philosophy, mathematics, logic, reason, rationality. All of these things are a part of the mind. Man's computer, really, the machine up here that makes logic, makes decisions, places bets based on rationalities, ratios. But the mind can also be filled with structures that serve no purpose, or serve a reverse purpose, a fear, an anxiety, a piece of misinformation. Even a false measurement can lead to massive catastrophe. So when we're talking about intellect and feeling stupid, I think it's probably good that we the stupidity and comedy and laughter and humour and seeing things, maybe being able to make intellectual jokes on a simple or intellectual level, and it not matter as long as we can laugh. Life becomes so serious. I find myself making serious videos, and I know there's a lot of serious things that we need to grasp hold of. But I find society itself so damn serious about nothing, so damn serious about earning money, so damn serious about following fake laws, following statutes and acts and rules and regulations. just to keep in the social pyramid. Comedy and laughter and fun seem to be kind of a commodity these days. Seems that the default level of life has become seriousness, solemnness. We have the possibility of showing all of our human sides, to be happy and to be angry, and to show them all. I think it's important that we do laugh, and that we do show the good sides, and we do show the bad sides. I think there needs to be that balance. If somebody's always depressed about something, always feeling that the world owes them something, always feeling victimized, always feeling that the expectations have been let down, feelings of vulnerability and instability and indecision, doubt in others. A lot of these feelings are self-generated. And also enforced by the media and false values of what society should really be. Money always seems to come first, even with those who have none. The desire to have no money is just as great to have all of the money. And the aspect of money seems to drive people insane, when in actual fact it's only a value, an accounting figure. And if we understood the true meaning of commerce, money, humanity, rights and laws, we could understand that no paper could come between a man and his life. No man should suffer needlessly through a piece of paper, due to a piece of paper, be it money, be it contract. When we as a human race begin to understand the fact that paper is less important than human beings and other living things, that accounting and that keeping up scores and keeping up debts and interest and keeping up taxation by coercion. So people are forced to suffer. People are forced to lose their homes, lose their families, lose their sanity, lose their property, lose their home and their lives, their friends, lose everything because of a justice system that's been built by people who have an advantage of that system. We was never taught things in school. We was taught to obey. We was taught to obey. I'm not being serious. I'm just disgusted at society sitting back and thinking it's okay to force feed school onto the children, force feed taxation onto people. People don't really pay tax. They're just taxed from their wages. Most people have a normal job and work for a boss and everything's taken care of, administrated, extracted, and then spent on useless things. And we see the government have massive pay rises, the police misuse their force, corporations buy the media and buy the government to sway our opinions in their favour. And it's a criminal's game. The guns go to the cops and the robbers, and the innocent people have no chance to protect themselves. So the only people that get the protection on this damn planet is the rich people, who are protecting their wealth from the needy. Because most people who turn criminal, most people who go crazy or deranged or sick in some way, have ended up there through lack of love, through lack of care, through insanity from a mad system, through a media that indoctrinates the people into being aggressive towards one another. The media almost desensitizes this attitude we've got to each other, to be sick and violent to each other in a friendly kind of way even. That it's normal to just kick somebody or punch somebody. The media has become a big religion along with money. People love the borrowing and the spending power of money. They buy something and they put it in the corner of the room and it doesn't fulfill that quite need, but I've got some more money so I can spend that on another commodity, another thing. The spending power, the power to walk around with cash in the pocket, a credit card, to know that someone can do anything in this world. Well, slowly I think people are beginning to see that money, in some senses, is like just a ticket to say, Mammy, Nanny, give me this, because I have no abilities of my own. I just have money. I have no skills, no abilities, no virtues, no honour. That's what most of the people would end up saying in this society after reaching the top in a system where people climb on each other's shoulders to get that success, to get that promotion, to get that power, to hopefully to try and even begin to make a change in the right direction. But then realising that the top is still not the top, and we still have leaders above us if we enter that social system. But people still try. People still try and follow the idols, and the idols are only there because of the illusion that they've created in the media to help the corporations sell one or the other product, to turn water into a resource, to tax air and light. And where does this all end? When do people stand up and say, hang on, there's injustice, there's madness, there's chaos, there's stupidity going on? And we all know this, that the society is turning stupid. And we know that there's a lot of fantastic things on this planet. But if we can just sort out them stupid things and stop them being stupid, then we'd prove to each other that we weren't so stupid, maybe. But the way we can only perceive each other now, as intelligent as each other must be, I can only perceive us all as totally stupid for putting up with this. Totally stupid for putting up with a system that appears to be an authoritarian state, where we have rankings of people above us, telling us what to do, and we don't question those authoritarian orders. And when we stop questioning the authority and reporting that authority to its authority, as long as we forget that we are, as the people, the ones at the top of all decisions, that there is no man stands above another man unless he choose that. Until we understand that position, then it's always just going to be this government nanny state where we think that the majority of people can't look after the majority of people. Folks, we live in a world of abundance. We don't need to go backwards. We don't need to go running for the fields or hiding in the forests. We just need to improve what we've got here right now. We just need to stop being silly. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it works out, folks. I'm just as little as you all, as everybody on this planet. But my mind contains the universe. I can't help thinking big, even when I feel so small. And I think we should think big. Because if this society truly does stand for everybody being one big family, then you need to at least have that size of mind to take everybody into consideration. Otherwise it's just a bubble. It's just a bubble. Okay, I think I've said enough. Society's full of these status steps and people looking down and judging just based on social status. And that's one of our biggest fears. Just to step out of that social status and say, I don't care what you think of me. I have my skills. And I have my truth. And I'll wage my truth against your truth. I'll stand up and speak out for the things that I love. You can stand out for the things that you love. And if you want to support the things you love, then go for it. But silence works in the benefit of the powers that be. Yeah. Thanks a lot for your attention. Cheerio.